Well, far from Jack's house, there lived a king. And the king, he just had one child. That was his daughter, which that made her he loved that girl. He doted on that girl. Do anything for her. She was the apple of his eye, which that sounds like a medical condition, but never mind that right now. So you can see how it came as a hard blow to him when the princess came down deathly ill. There was nothing that those royal doctors could do to make any difference. The king, he was just sort of at his wit's end. And one day, he was there with his daughter. He saw what looked like a light come into the girl's eyes. He thought, this is it. This is her life force burning out. And he leaned in close, and she said, Peaches. Yes, my little cherry blossom. What is it? No, Daddy. Peaches. Real peaches. 3 perfect peaches. Like peaches the fruit, my dear? What about them? Daddy, call it sick princess intuition? But I'm just sure that 3 perfect peaches would make me well again. Really? Kling or Freestone? Whatever, Daddy. And so the king had the royal orchardists come and bring the 3 most lovely, rounded, succulent, golden orbs, and they put them there on the princess's crisp, white bedsheet. And the girl sat up, and she said, Daddy, this one has too much fuzz. This one does not have enough fuzz. And this one has no fuzz at all. And so the king despaired. Wouldn't you like to just try that one time? Here we go. And so the king despaired. You can't know what that looks like up here to see all these people slapping him, but it's really good. Thank you so much. Now, the king's wife, that would be she said, Dear, why not send out word to the kingdom that everyone is supposed to bring their best peaches here, and whoever brings the winning peaches that will heal our daughter, well, that person will receive a wagon load full of gold. And this was even before the prices of gold went way up after the Bretton Woods thing. So, but never mind that now. At any rate, the message was very popular. Peach pickers came from all over, and they placed those peaches on her crisp, white bedsheet. And the princess looked at every one of them and found some fault. She said, Daddy, this peach smells too peachy. This peach does not smell peachy enough. And this peach has, I did get the advanced audience. And so the king despaired again.
No. My crowning glory.
Oh,
thank you.
Perfect. Okay, say a couple words into the mic real quick.
Peaches, 1, 2, 3.
A couple of words.
All right.
So mostly just look at me, or you can talk to each other. This is more like a conversation than a formal interview. So you guys all ready?
Ready?
Okay. Tell me about Jack. You both know him, right?
Jack? Oh, sure we know him. We've worked together in hundreds of folktales.
Hundreds, more like thousands.
She's right. I bet it is thousands. What do you want to know?
Well, anything really. What's he like?
You mean as a character?
Yeah, okay, as a character. What's he like as a character?
Do you want to go first?
Oh, no. You go ahead.
All right. Well, he's very professional. Let's see. I've never really sat down and tried to analyze this before. There's not a lot of overt character development in folktale, you know. Things move quickly when we get together in a story. It's wham, he saves me, I save him. Before you know it, we get married.
Or he just leaves at the end.
Right, or he just leaves. That does happen sometimes. But more often we get married. Look, what can I say? I work with Jack all the time. I've known him forever. He shows up on time, does whatever needs to be done. You can't say that about everybody, right?
No, that's right. Well, what about you, King? How would you describe Jack?
I don't quite know where to begin.
Well, let me ask something more specific. A couple of people from his old neighborhood said some things about Jack that weren't, exactly complimentary.
Like what?
Yeah, things like what?
Well, for starters, they say his real name isn't even Jack.
What? You gotta be kidding.
I'm just passing on what they said.
Well, what do those geniuses think his real name is? Pray tell.
Fire.
Preposterous. Idiots. What kind of
stupid gossip?
doo-doo spreading?
Doo-doo spreading?
Just
Look, it's not easy working with Jack in these stories. I should know. I'm the one who usually gets the short end of the stick.
like in the Three Perfect Peaches.
Right. Like in the Three Perfect Peaches. The story we're doing right now. As you see, my feet get held to the fire, and it's all because of Jack. Logically speaking, I've got reason to gripe. But I don't do it. There's no call for that. Jack's just doing what the story asks for. That's not his fault.
What else do they say about him?
Well, they say Jack has an overactive imagination that prevents him from, what do we say, living fully in the real world. He wanders around inside stories and made-up fantasies.
Not that whole real world thing again.
Right, like there's some big divide between the two.
I get so tired of hearing that all the time. The real world this, the real world that. Say, wait a minute. Is that where those so-called neighbors live? In the real world?
Yes, it is.
Figures.
Yeah, figures.